It'll be fucking hysterical if we don't get a single shred of Boba Fett in this episode.
This is a totally different show.
Turns out I got cucked out of my own show.
Boba Fett. Where?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Sean Tank Top. I'm over here at Casa de Tank Top, hanging out with my very good friends, Dustin and Morgan, Din, Jaren, Drace over there. How you guys doing over there, Draces?
Is that our official name? All right. I mean, yeah, I've already got enough D's in my name. Why not?
Hey, I know that all of us around here have been called a lot worse than that,
yeah,
for sure.
Good old Dustin, Jaren, yeah.
But anyway, what's going on, y'all? Good to see you. We are over here at Watchers of the Bar, and we are doing the Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode 5. This is going to be like the team-building exercise.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be Ocean's 11. And maybe he'll buy a bunch of Mandalorians and give them houses, and then he'll buy their loyalty with his niceness.
Because he is so much nicer, like this version of him, people have been calling him Boba Friend. or Buddy Fett. You know
Buddy
what I mean?
Fett's pretty good.
Shout out to We Hate Movies podcast, great fucking podcast. Check them out. But I think that I heard that one. I think I heard one of those from them. That's just this version of the character. Like, it's always been about him being a different version of himself. He's not the same super hyper badass guy. He's turning a leaf and he's trying to do some stuff. Though I do think that it'll be interesting to kind of see who he is able to get. I think that Mando's showing up. I think that is there any question about that at this point?
Or a Mando, not the titular Mando.
They are all bounty hunters. A lot of that group, that we met in seasons 1 and 2 of the Mandalorian. So like he could potentially, but oh fuck, wouldn't that be sick if he kind of got like, he goes like, you know what, I can fill this whole palace with a bunch of Mandalorians and stuff that just won't take the helmets off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they've been living underground for a long time. That would be kind of slick. I think
get the armor, yeah, like all that shit. Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool. Yeah. So they like to have a moment where kind of that people kind of raise their eyebrows at, like where it's like this character's kind of coming in, this character's kind of coming in, and I do think they brought in Favs, who started the MCU, and he's kind of MCU-ifying this universe of Star Wars. And so I wonder, I am betting that we do get Din Djarin, that he does show up in some capacity. But I do like the idea that he could potentially not just get him, but everybody. I always like to think about like some of these shows, like they do kind of follow certain types of patterns and stuff like that. And it was around, I think, episode 5 that we got Ahsoka came into Mandalorian season 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, whether it's Din Djarin or whether it's somebody else, maybe we'll get a Bosk, maybe we'll get something else, you know what I mean? Like that all that stuff's still kind of on the table, but that they will introduce like another a big eyebrow raiser to fucking be like, oh, like they're in this story now and shit like that. I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that are going to happen in this episode. You guys want to check it out?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us as we go through the Book of Boba Fett. If you guys want to get some early access on the day that we shoot them, because it takes us a little bit of time to turn over them YT edits and shit like that. And if you guys want to make sure that you get full and uncut access to the Book of Boba Fett and everything that we do on Disney Plus for the whole year, you can actually save yourself about 10% if you just like pony up. If you just go on annual subscription, you save yourself a little bit of money, you get yourself a year's worth of content for a pretty damn fair price. But if you can't do that, but you still want to help us out, give us a like and a subscribe. The link is in the top pinned comment and it's in the description below. All right, let's get a fucking look at this here. This here, chapter 5.
Hey, they're chopping it up.
Oh my god, we're going over to the fucking butchers. Oh shit. Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, he's got the spear.
Right out the gate, right there.
Right out the gate.
Wow. Who's he looking for?
They are pulling in Ahsoka because she fucking showed up like in the first 8 seconds of that one episode. That's crazy. Because he have the spear and the fucking the dark saber.
The dark saber. Oh, he has the he still has the dark saber too.
I thought he gave it to what's her name?
He wanted to give it to her, but
she wouldn't take it.
They gotta fight.
Oh, they gotta fight for it. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, if I see him, I'll let him know. I see him right now.
Oh, is that him? No.
That's not me. That doesn't even look like me.
You get the bridge fucking piercing and everything, bud. Come on now.
I'm gonna give the rest of you the opportunity to walk out that door.
That's so
I
good.
can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold.
12 seconds later.
I can bring you in warm.
Yep.
Saying the thing. Over money, though? Really? He just owes money and he would kill him over that?
Yeah.
That's a little crazy.
Oh,
Maybe he's not.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh. He
Yeah.
is pretty leveled up.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. You can slice meat.
Woo!
Oh my god.
Well, he slices it and ooh. Ooh.
Oh my god. All these people are dead over money?
yeah.
Yeah, that was what they were doing before. Oh my god!
What?
Oh,
Jesus, he just owed
yeah.
like $50 to like his poker night guy. He like owed. This is a little extra. I don't know, man. He was just owed money. How many people dead? Over how much money
Morgan,
was
this
it?
is the central concept of the show. Like,
I always thought it was like, oh, he was wanted for murder. He was wanted for like.
No. They're
no,
crimes.
he's just picking up a gig.
It's just
hon.
money.
Yeah.
Wow. Supposed to root for this guy?
I'm here to collect on his bounty. I have no trouble with any of you.
There is a bloody fucking head dripping right now. This is way more intense than this show is normally doing.
You all can help yourselves to whatever you think you deserve from your former employer.
Wow.
Whoa.
Take the money, dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take some beef home with you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Take a
To the
couple of cutlets
missus.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
God, so many people dead.
You know, I have some thoughts on this.
It's crazy that like we show up and the most badass thing that was done wasn't done by Boba Fett.
That's kind of the problem. Like
A little bit of it.
everything that was laid criticism about this show, Din Djarin shows up in 5 seconds and like fucking murders people, and everybody's gonna be like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's a cool character.
Right. What the fuck is this? Also, I will say a different environment other than fucking tattooing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this? Where are we?
And this is really cool. This looks like that Elysium planet or something. What the fuck is this?
We're like it's in a whole new show.
It is. He's covering up his injury with the head.
You should have taken a cold slab of beef. Don't you stick that on an injury?
Yeah.
Hey, Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
Space Chicago.
I'd put that on ice if I were you.
I wonder if that's like a little mini nod to this really great Sam Peckinpah movie called "Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia," where he's like bringing this head around in a bag, like literally like a burlap sack, like the entire time.
Well, don't worry, if he's alive, I'll find him. Alive isn't our problem.
Someone has offered $1 million for his head.
If I ever get my hands on him, I'm gonna kill him.
You're absolutely right, Morgan. This is like an entirely different show. Like
they probably told him that this is Mando season 2, 3.
Yeah.
2, 3. How many seasons are we on?
it'll be.
I mean, that's what they told Ming Na Wen.
Yeah.
Like she
that
showed
makes
up
sense.
thinking that this was Mando season 3.
Ooh.
It'd be funny if he was killed by a ladder.
There's no guardrails in space.
He's killed by a lack of guardrails. is
Yeah,
what it
he just
is.
fell.
Not a single guardrail over there. Hilarious. Well, that's like that one big, like kind of like heavy gunner guy, I think.
Yeah, isn't that Favreau?
Yeah, I think he's doing the voice of him. He did the voice of this dude's father.
Yeah.
Paz Vizsla. Yeah. Mm.
What weapon caused such a wound?
Dude.
This.
Literally just like carrying like the Mandalorian Iron Throne like on his belt.
Right.
Yep.
What if he just dropped?
Just drop it.
Right. Get some butterfingers. That's what I would do for sure. If this
Then you may join our covert as we rebuild.
This is the way.
Okay, so he's joining the cult.
It'll be fucking hysterical if we don't get a single
Boba.
shred of Boba Fett in this episode.
This is not like this is a totally different show.
Turns out I got cucked out of my own show.
Songs of eons past foretold of the mythosaur rising.
Mythosaur
up
was
feral-
the thing that he was riding in the holiday special.
Settle down.
He once laid claim to rule Mandalore based purely on blood and the sword you now possess. But it was gifted to her and not won by creed.
Oh.
I think she's gonna like try to go after Mando. I think.
They lost. Had our sect not been cloistered on the moon of Concordia, we would have not survived the Great Purge.
In flashbacks to the Purge.
The Imperial interlopers destroyed all the
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's when the millions died.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh.
Jesus.
Fuck. Ooh, K2.
Oh.
The K2 droid, the dude that got reprogrammed in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This looks like Terminator.
Yeah, a little bit. They looked like they were on Skull Beach. Terminator.
Our adherence to the way has preserved our legacy for the generations until we may someday return to our home.
This is the episode for all the people who didn't want to read the comics or read like recap stuff after the episode. They're like, what the fuck's going on with this
or
shit?
watch Clone Wars.
Grogu.
He's no longer in your care.
It's making a little armor for Grogu.
Want to see him. Make sure he's safe.
Oh my god.
We all want to see him.
Jedi must forego all attachment.
No.
That is the opposite of our creed. Loyalty and solidarity are the way.
But the last great guy was a fucking Mandalorian and a Jedi. Like,
Yeah.
She's making Grogu
Is he
armor.
getting a little hat? Is he gonna get a new hat?
what the fucking fuck is this? Like,
Oh man.
again, I'm all for it. All for it. Like,
Now you gotta buy another Build-A-Bear.
No.
make him a little chainmail vest.
Oh no!
Look at that. Oh, it's so little.
He's gonna have a little vest guard. Like,
And it looks like a little Yoda.
You are
Whoa.
fighting against the blade.
yeah, like it's so weird and that looks so heavy.
Maybe the dark saber belongs in someone else's hand.
Oh.
That's like his like great granddaddy or whatever the fuck it is. Like,
It was forged by my ancestor.
he's a
Yeah,
Vizsla.
he wants to try and fight him for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you agree to this duel, Din Djarin?
I do.
Oh my god. All right, here we go.
Well, because I think like you could just not fight very hard, and then
Right,
it's like,
right.
well, I guess he has it, and then because he's
Right.
not that jazzed about having
We
it.
talked
in the
about
first.
we talked about that with Bo-Katan for sure. We're like, oh,
Yeah,
you got
just-
me. Like, you know,
Oops. Here you go.
Ow, my knee. All right, let's see what's gonna happen.
taking off the fucking jetpack.
No jetpacks.
so if you fall off that railing, then you're fucking toast.
Yeah, no railings, no jetpack.
Man, this episode they're just like, all right, Din Djarin, you give respect your spear. Take away all of his like Mandalorian artifacts.
Ooh.
That's cool.
What is that?
Ah,
Because he doesn't have Beskar, does he?
yeah, they
This
do.
guy?
Yeah.
Is that all
Oh, yeah,
Beskar?
I'm
Yeah.
sure he's got some.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know
'cause
how
he's hanging out
much,
with
but
the
I'm sure he's
armor.
got some.
Yeah, but it's rare.
Right, but that's the whole point. I mean,
I was gonna say his looks so much fancier than his.
It's
That's
definitely
why-
newer.
Fate has brought this blade.
Oh
Shinier.
fuck. Oh shit.
Did he get it?
And now fate will end yours.
What? Don't kill him.
No, he means to kill him, Morgan.
Oh, he has to kill
He's
him?
gonna try.
Oh man, so he's like one of these two is gonna die? Like, we don't have that many Mandalorians. We really need to not be like
Ooh.
doing this shit.
He's out of line, but he's right.
It is done.
Ooh.
Din Djarin, have you ever removed your helmet?
Ooh.
Yeah, yes.
Have you ever removed your helmet?
mhm.
Yeah, yes. Come on.
Fess up.
Cop to it, bud.
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Okay, this conversation we could have had when he showed up.
Yeah.
I'm kicked out of the cult already.
One may only be redeemed in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore.
But the mines have all been destroyed.
This is the way.
I mean, they only got 2 of them. I don't know why they're like kicking people out, trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
He wants that sword.
Kicked out of the family. He's going to go find the waters.
I mean, I don't think that we're going to get Boba Fett this entire episode. I think this is all him.
Not mad at it.
This fucking world looks so cool. I love this.
Yeah, I think this is kind of hurt a little bit because it's not really talking to the Boba Fett show at all.
Not at all.
Like, there's not. And so I'm like...
To remove your weapons. I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are part of my religion.
Religious exemption. He's not an anti-masker, but he goes like, but it's my right to bring it on this flight.
He's an anti-masker.
We're getting like a TSA gag. Like,
right? Remove your shoes. One Mandalorian tried to blow up a ship with rocket shoes, and now every Mandalorian has to take their boots off.
with his explosive underwear.
These stylized soda bottles sold inside at the park are banned by the TSA from carry-on and checked luggage because they look like an explosive.
Not the Darksaber. Technically, this robot just won that saber in battle. Technically, this robot's gonna bring Mandalore back to its former glory.
I think he's probably gonna go kick it with Boba on Tatooine, help him out, and
then they're gonna
Boba
go find the dark waters.
Maybe, yeah, and Boba's gonna, in exchange, give him the ship that shall not be named.
He's always a fucking weird kid.
Yeah, just sitting there, just fucking looking at you.
He's always a weird kid.
True.
Don't talk to strangers.
Oh, it does look like him.
I told you, it looked like him.
Hope you're having fun at Jedi summer camp.
Oh my God, he's gonna go
made
visit.
you this and some cookies.
Look at this guy.
Johnny Five's alive.
Oh!
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's a womp rat.
That Jerry curl wig is getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Where's your unlikely companion?
Oh, tough subject.
I returned him to his own kind.
Tough subject.
Why the hell would you do that?
Our thoughts exactly.
Ready to have your mind blown?
Oh, it's going to be a fucking Naboo. It's going to be a Naboo fighter.
And because this baby's pre-Empire, she's off the grid.
It's like how it's a car that doesn't have like a GPS in it or something like.
Is a pile of junk.
Do you want your credits back?
Yes.
No skin up my dip swap. Droid?
My dip swap.
What? Dip swap.
Can you stop moving? Just focus right here.
Kind of sounds like he was having awkward sex.
Can you focus? Yeah, right.
Higher.
See if the Jawas are still out back. Dated a Jawa for a while. They're quite furry.
Dated a Jawa? What?
Is that what she meant when she said she lets them dig around in her dumper?
Yeah.
They said make a wish list and they'll see what's available.
Okay, I'm looking for more.
Give me an Amazon wish list and we'll figure it out.
Archie won't the specs you need, and I'm gonna make it work, all right? I dated a Jawa.
She just keeps saying that.
Ooh.
Hi. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Yeah, this is just Mando. Isn't this Mandalorian, which I'm not mad at, but it's kind of the problem of Boba Fett show.
Yeah.
Thanks, little guy.
Oh.
He's cool with droids now.
Yeah. Look at him. He's so happy.
I did a thing.
He did do a thing.
You get me a Razor Crest, you can have it right back.
Oh, Bantha did all. These are a lot harder to
Bantha diddle? Like, there's so many fucking weird sexual undertones to, like, everything that she's saying.
Yeah.
How long is this taking?
They're just doing it.
He's just hanging out on Tatooine this whole time while this is going on. While Boba Fett's having all this shit going on. I mean, I guess so.
We could have saved like 6 Fennec's by now.
Just like the budget on this episode alone is just like, look at that.
Wow.
Ooh, it looks real nice.
It looks cool.
Not very practical for bringing in bounties, but you know,
no, but
have a little sidecar for his buddy.
But he won't have to like check all of his weapons on the if he flies commercial.
It's true.
Now, Little Bubble's a perfect spot for your boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You just put your son up there. It's the sunroof.
The literal sunroof. You know, sometimes you just need a fucking car to get you through like a year or two or something like that. A little beater. This one I'll do fine for now. Fun little detail about, what was it, Captain Phasma, like with her in the sequel movies, is that her, you know, she was like silver because she literally took the armor off of one of these ships and used it to make her outfit.
Just a little muscle car action.
Yeah.
And it is Star Wars. You have to have a ship that has like some problems with it. You can't have like a super nice like ship where there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's got to have.
You got to be banging on the control thing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fun. Oh wow, they're going through the pod racing, like kind of like trench or whatever it is. Man, they're getting all the fucking episode 1 callbacks in this.
Point your navigational disposition between the 2 suns. You'll come up to Beggar's Canyon.
Going down Beggar's Canyon.
Wow.
Oh. Dang. Oh, they're back on that flight.
Yeah, they were just visiting.
We don't know how long necessarily they were in their garage. They could have been in there for like a week.
Oh, okay.
Or something.
So I'm like, dang, this kid have never not on an airplane.
So basically, this is just a 50-minute level up episode of like, okay, you trade in your spear to get some armor. You trade in some credits to get this ship.
You're not allowed to fly that fast next to a commercial ship.
Oh man, getting pulled over already.
Sorry, officer, I got a little carried away there.
It's like that Dave Chappelle bit. I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Dave, it's the goddamn cops. I'm going to ask them for directions.
There he is.
Yeah.
This is the guy who's going to play Uncle Iroh in the live action Avatar.
Oh, wow.
So is that Bo-Katan that has the Razor Crest that's been doing some pilfering?
No, well, the Razor Crest is completely annihilated from what I remember, so I don't know.
Right, but maybe
it's another type of one, maybe.
Those J-type pulse engines really tighten the old evacuation port, don't they?
She just made a butthole joke.
Yep.
She's been making all kinds of butthole jokes. You know, can get inside of a butthole real good. Got little hands. There's a Jawa.
Then I locked her out and engaged the hangar security system.
She tell you her name?
Fennec Shan.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Fennec, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
We're gonna get a Grogu. We're not getting a Grogu.
Whoa. Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard directed this one. Nice. Wait a minute. So, like, are we just going to go...
We're having, like, 2 episodes of The Mandalorian and then in this Boba Fett show.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, I'm having fun with but I'm like, I don't want to go back to Boba Fett. Sorry, Boba Fett, but I want to watch Mando go see his son.
Yeah.
Right. You're dangling a bunch of things in front of, like, in front of my face that that was the shit that I was, primarily focused on before.
Right.
I'm kind of sad. I'm like, we could have been doing this the whole time. Because this whole city, we could have been hanging out in this cool city.
This is the other thing. This is the other thing. Like, it's laying a couple things threadbare that are a little about the show in general, I think. And it's like, not that I need like constant bloodletting, like whatever. But like the reason that people think that The Mandalorian is cool is because of fucking Boba Fett. And like we saw him chop a guy in half through a table with the darksaber, holding a bloody sack, like literally like a bloody
just because he owed some money to his the poker game.
or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? And so there's a little bit of that.
Tony
right?
Soprano would just break your kneecaps.
Yeah.
Like if he had a degenerate gambler, he would just beat the shit out of him. He wouldn't like slice him in half.
There's a few things that work in and of this episode because I liked this a lot. This is probably amongst the best of the season,
which is a problem.
But it's a problem for the rest of the show, and it's kind of lays bare a lot of because it's like bounty huntering type of thing that still that gives way to it lends itself to episodic like kind of nature, whereas there's a bit more of a permanence. We're staying in Tatooine. Like, we can't go anywhere off-world in the Book of Boba Fett story because, like, the variety helps, I think. You know what I mean? Because, like, we're just fucking hanging around in shit-ass fucking Tatooine. Like, a character comes in and then they leave. And then we don't see him again. And, like, and I think, like, if you're going to have a lack of permanence, I think that the story needs to, like... at least kind of be at least help that function and him like setting up shop and starting like this kind of crime opus or whatever it is doesn't lend itself to how the show actually behaves because like people just come in we get the twins for like an episode and a half and then they leave and then we get the mods and then they're in for like an episode and like a smidge and then they're not in shit, you know what I mean? Like so you can't really build off of anything. I don't know, it seems like the production value and everything was just like a lot more in this episode. Yeah,
this felt like it felt like season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yeah. Is it fair to say that that's a difference in directors?
I don't even think it's directors, but
or budget.
Budget.
It's a possible budget team. It's also a possible like difference of production team too. Like people are like, why? You know, even though it's some of it has to do with time, but people are like, why did the Black Panther? Like the fight at the end of Black Panther not look very good, even though such and such, and it's because most of the A squad was making Infinity War at the same time. And I think that I don't know if they're making the shows concurrently or if they're kind of shooting them around the same time or whatever. Or I don't know. I mean, like I think that also special effects in like a semi-darker environment are just easier to mask and make kind of look a little more real. And there was a lot of deep, dark shadows and stuff like that. And I mean, like Tatooine literally has 2 suns. It's got a fuckload of light everywhere. You know what I mean? But even some of the other, like the creature effects and doing that whole, like that, going into Beggar's Canyon and doing all that stuff and like all that fun shit, flying the ship and everything like that was really fucking cool. And it was really good. The lore of the world, the lore of Mandalore is like a lot more interesting.
And you can fuck a Jawa.
Yep.
Confirmed.
And we got Jawa fucking.
You
in this thing.
I mean, it's possible it exists.
It's possible to fuck a Jawa. Like,
and they're probably on scruff because apparently they're hairy.
Yep.
A couple of hairy kings over there. A little short hairy kings over there for sure.
Whatever tickles your fancy.
Yeah, I mean it's a great episode, but it kind of reveals a few things that have been lacking in the other.
Yeah, like Boba Fett is all straight men.
Yeah.
Not straight men as in straight men.
Right, but no. We understand what you mean.
But like, even the mods, they're not even like funny or anything. No. They're very serious.
Yeah, they're like snarky little.
Everyone's serious and snarky, or like.
The mayor's envoy was the only guy that was
a little bit goofy, but
right.
like,
and he was fun though. But we only got him like one scene an episode.
Yeah.
He needs like Fennec being a stone cold badass, but like they need like a Jaskier. Like to have just, and not that it's not all the thing, but like you need a counterweight to some of that stuff. And there was a little bit of that here, or there was a good helping of that here. And it helps to distinguish and fortify the characterization of the straight man. You know what I mean? And that's what Mando was in this episode. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, and then if there was like this whole cool, like, I don't know, just like playing like crime chess against the twins.
Right.
Yeah.
For the whole season. And maybe it costs a lot of fucking money to fucking animate those fucking like slugs. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, like, but, and I'm sure it does. But like, I feel like if you're going to stay in one spot, you need an adversarial presence that has a little more staying power.
We need the Pikes to be a little bit more established of what the fuck they're doing.
Or there needs to be one Pike boss that is very like fleshed
That's
out
a hateable
and
son of a
is
bitch
guy.
that you want to see go down. You know what I mean? Like, or something. You know what I mean?
We need to give him a nemesis, a stationary nemesis, if he's not going to be a strong enough character. Just if we're not engaged enough in his fucking journey to find his armor, which we already know he finds, then we need a better reason for him. We need a better grounding for him.
Being more involved when the Tuskens got hit, and he remembers that one Pike motherfucker. That fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like there's that one Pike motherfucker with the red
scar on his head,
with the
or
red
something,
scar, or like whatever the fuck it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, or something. You know what I mean? Like like some kind of dramatic connective tissue in this story that is stationary, but doesn't. But they're not writing it in that way. Like, you know, they're just not writing it in the same way. Like, a character comes in and an interesting idea kind of gets funneled into the show, and then they kind of drop it. Like, and maybe it'll all come together a little bit more in the thing. Like, you know, like at least a little bit. Like, this could have been a Mando heavy fucking episode, but we could have cut back a couple of times.
We could have had one moment of Boba,
or
doing
have Mando in the sanctuary. Why didn't he go grab a drink in this? Like, there was none of the new people we met. Mando walking down the street and we see the mods in the background. Like, there was no connective, like
no, and you're right.
There was
and
no
of
the new
Boba Fett
characters.
Right. Other than Fennec at the very end.
But they already knew Fennec was on Mandalorian, so that's not even like...
Oh, that's true. Again,
it's not even like a Boba Fett thing.
Because it was all Mando shit. I could literally pick this fucking episode up and there would be nothing except for maybe just a tiny bit at the very end and a couple mentions of some stuff that I was not aware of from a previous story. And that's like a bit of an issue, it seems like.
Yeah. Dude, he just shows up and all you gotta do is even the mention of Grogu makes the show infinitely better. You're like, God damn it.
But even all that said, if they want to just turn the back half of this just Mandalorian season 3, I'm not mad at it, because better show.
I mean, sure.
It's gonna kind of be that because he's gonna take him up on the gig, so it's gonna be that.
But first, he's gonna go visit Grogu.
Yeah.
I'm like, do we have time for that? I mean, I'm excited.
We have 2 episodes left?
Yeah, okay, so it's 7 episodes. So there's only 2 more.
Yeah. And half of the next one is he's going to go see Grogu with a shirt.
Is he? I mean, like, is that what's going to...
He said I have to go do a thing first.
Well, is this... Okay, but is this like where he leaves, we don't... This may be what will happen. He's going to leave... We're gonna kind of start to go full steam ahead, like on like this whole adventure with Boba Fett, and he's gonna get to a point where the battle's lost.
Oh,
and Mando saves the day.
And Mando shows up with like a couple of other fucking Mandos or something. You know what I mean?
They're gonna
like
get to a point where the show is lost, and Mando comes in season 5 and saves the show. Is that what you're saying? Okay, cool.
Or I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, like they could definitely do it in that way and save that for Mando season 3. It's possible.
It's true.
Fun episode.
Loved it. Just wasn't Boba Fett.
Yeah, there's some thoughts. It'll be fun when we get to discuss this in depth with
everybody
on our live stream on Sunday.
I wonder what everybody's gonna say. I mean, I think they're gonna be similar. I mean, I think because again, I've been like a little bit of a little bit of a defender of just like this is just a fun show. It's not here to fucking it's not here to change the world. It's just kind of breathing a little more life into some other aspects of the Star Wars universe and shit like that. And I think I've met it on those terms, and I think that in that thread, Book of Boba Fett is a fine program as a Star Wars fan, but like as a piece of writing. And as a piece of like, as something that is like kind of makes like cohesive sense as the story that it's trying to tell, I think that there's a lot to be desired. And
if this were just Mandalorian and they just took it out and they're like, okay, like we're gonna take a side dalliance over to figure out what's going on with Boba Fett. If they had like stretched this out over like a season and a half of Mandalorian and kind of had intercuts of what was going on and had him as a side character of it, rather than make it be this is his show. I think the problem is that it's his show and we're cucking him. essentially. You know, we're like, well, everybody likes Mando better.
And also, like, I mean, not to say, and because I think the Fennec Shand is awesome. I think that all these other characters are really. I think that I like the mod characters and shit like that. I like all of these characters, but they are the ones that are doing all of the stuff in the show. Like, Fennec, like he kind of drives and like. Whatever, like if there was like I was thinking about that biker scene where he just lays waste to him, and like considering what he thinks to know that they did, wouldn't he was like, no, he's like, yeah, of course I could just fucking absolutely obliterate them with my ship, but I want them to blow their last fucking breath in my face. Like,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like there's it is as personal as it could possibly be, and it was just kind of like, you know, button mash and whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and so I think that there was room for a dramatic moment there. Why did you do it? And he goes like, you know, it's like, and then, you know, the Gleep got the guy's like, it wasn't us to put us up to it, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, add something to the story, bring it back to the Pikes. Like connect it dramatically in some way, and I just don't think that the fucking show. I don't think that it's done a very good job of doing that. Unfortunately,
we have dinged other shows for less, but I do like the exposition dump of like, let's just tell you the story of Mandalore while we're, you know, melting down this Beskar spear.
No. I think that's necessary and fun and interesting shit. Yeah,
because like that again. That's all the shit that, like, if you didn't know that stuff going into the season of Mandalorian, you had to go and, like, read a bunch of recaps on, like, you know, Vulture or whoever, being like, what you need to know about the Beskar spear. And you're like, oh, shit. Like, there's, like, you know, 15 years of comic books that explained all this shit. And you're like, cool. Well, now we're caught up. Now we know. Awesome.
Well, I think that stuff it was as a preamble for season 3, which the primary
will be like
the primary driver, I think, of that is going to be kind of the Bo-Katan, what happens to Mandalore, retaking that whole thing. Like, it's going to be that. And I think that story is going to potentially be really good. I mean, like, they've said, quote, you know, in quotation marks, they were just like, this is like, we want to make a Game of Thrones like type of like style, like story type of thing within this struggle for the, you know, the throne of Mandalore and kind of the retaking of it and everything like that, which are like, again, I'm all for. But then also they're a little hampered because like the primary emotional component of the first 2 seasons of the Mandalorian is with Grogu, and like Grogu is kind of not a part of that story as much anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's just weird.
Calling it right now, Grogu is Bran.
I mean, listen, like again, the fact that the guy who forged the Darksaber was a Jedi and a Mandalorian.
You can be
what
both.
The fuck are we? No, like yeah, why not both? It's like, again, we're talking about this other fucking show and not speculating on what is going to happen with the fucking show that's named after.
Yeah.
Sure.
Boba Fett. Yeah, it's like, so, and it is hilarious that he is kind of like they kind of are they. I mean, again, he's gonna show up on a Rancor and it's gonna be sick and it's gonna be a fuckload of fun and we're gonna cheer and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But like, it is interesting that like within this Boba Fett story, he is like, he's getting slammed against the fucking side of the fucking sail barge again and rolling down the hill and being like, is that it? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, and so at least it seems that way, like a long form version of it. I mean, not that bad, because I have liked where they want to take this show. I just don't think that it's been executed as well as maybe as well as like in a dramatic sense as it could have been. So I don't know. We got a lot of things to say. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of takes and a lot of things that we're going to read about and stuff like that throughout the week that we will be fucking putting in on our Boba Brunch Breakdown. I'm pretty sure that everybody else is going to have a lot to fucking say about this episode as well.
Yeah.
And if you want to do that with us and hang out with us and talk with us about that stuff and get in the chat and fucking and ruminate upon what this means for the future for future seasons and for this show, you can do that by hanging out with us at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not the Battle of Hutta, not the War of Hutta, the debauchery of Hutta. What does that mean?
A 20-year orgy, Sean. It's been going on.
Like, what is happening? Like, what is happening on Hutta where it's like the entire planet, this entire nation state
Fucking and
is
sucking.
sucking and fucking and writhing in their own cum and shit and piss and whatever the fuck they're doing. That like the
Why
the nation,
would you leave?
this coming Sunday for the brunch of Boba Fett. I was about to say.
Oh wow,
for the
that's actually not a bad call.
It's not too bad actually. The brunch of the brunch of Boba Fett, but the Boba brunch breakdown that we do, the live stream that we do. So we hope that you guys come over and join us there. And then also, if you guys want to help us keep the lights on over here and get some early access to these reactions on the day that we shoot them and stuff, because we do have to turn them over and get them edited by our dear editor Gabe and myself and stuff. And so we, but if you want to get those early on the day that we shoot them, you got to hit us up on our Patreon, which is in the top pinned comment, and it's in the description below. Hit us up over there, pony up $8. That gets you early access to all of our Disney Plus coverage, including that and a bunch of other things that we're going to be covering throughout 2022. So hit us up over there, and then if you can't do that, hit us with a like and subscribe. It helps us out tremendously. You guys take it easy, and we will talk to y'all later.
This is the way.
This is the goddamn way.